Guys, so excited for our next comedian. I've known her forever. She's been in the scene forever and ever. Give it up for Annie Lowe. Woo!
Hey everybody. Woo! Yeah, woo! Woo for open mic comedy. I like it. Got an emotional support animal over here. Love it. Give it up for your bartender, guys. Yeah. I quit drinking 6 months ago.
Woo!
Yeah, you can clap it. It just finally stopped sucking. Man, it's tough. I go to like some support groups for it, and they give me a bunch of advice like, hey, maybe you shouldn't go back to places where you used to drink. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm a stand-up comic. Like, I'm supposed to never get in my car again? I used to drink in my car all the time. There's always happy hour in the Honda Civic. I had a serious problem, is what I'm saying. I kind of resent people calling alcohol an adult beverage. I think that's really stupid. I know literally no one that waited till they were an adult to drink. Yeah, right? Yeah, you'll give me that. Thanks. Also, like, adults act a lot less like adults when they drink it. I think the real adult beverage is the Diet Coke I'm drinking because my family just started talking to me again, and I cannot fuck this up. That's adulthood for you, 101. I finally started getting laid in sobriety, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I can report back that sex is a lot like riding a bike. It's a lot easier to do when you're not shit-faced. I don't even get chain grease on my pant leg anymore. Pretty fucking cool. Been fucking around on some dating applications. Gonna talk about dating apps. Yeah, woo for dating apps. Yeah, I'm surfing around a lot of them. I'm on the Tinder and Grindr and Field, all the stuff. They all have their own little flavor. I got Tinder's usually like dudes who have like an existential crisis that they've been flirting with someone with a penis. I can tell when they're drunk and they like wake up the next morning and unmatched. Like, I'm gonna be the siren that's gonna crash their hetero boat into the rocks. Like, get over yourself, Grindr's too fast for me. It's sort of like people lose interest. I'm not gonna blow them behind a dumpster in 16 minutes. Like, I live in the country. I'm far away. I don't know. I had sex with a guy who's like a 22-year-old, which is like just about half my fucking age. Really attractive guy. It was like hard for me to convince myself it wasn't some kind of TikTok challenge where you like match with an old lady and then go to her house and steal all her napkins or whatever you fucking think you're doing. It's true. These are all true stories. Really been putting myself out there. I caught myself a while ago bleaching my teeth and the whole of my butt for the first time at the same time. Both ends. It's a kind of bet. Bleaching your ass is a kind of betting on yourself that I never used to do in the past. It's not something you do just for yourself, you know what I mean? I like it to admire my body, but I don't like check the couch cushions every time I look at the fucking mirror, you know what I mean? Okay, that joke's for me, that's fine. Been dabbling in like role play a little bit, which is pretty exciting. Like submissive, dominant stuff. I kind of like to get bossed around a little bit. And it's kind of difficult because I'll match with people and I have to like suspend my disbelief that I'm like 6'2" and I could kill this person if I wanted to. It's hard to, you know what I mean? It's hard to feel like the one who's not in control. I met a guy once. He came over to my house, and he was like, he's not a tall guy. He was not one of the talls. I'm not gonna call him short because he's not a dick, but some of you jerks might. And when he got to my house, he was like really apologetic for being short. And he's like, I know a little woman wants to be held and feel like a little baby bird, Kind of threw me off my game a little bit. I'm like, dude, I'm so tall. Like, if that's what I was into, I'd have to find a dating app for like people with gland problems or Slendermans. I don't know how to plural. girl eyes. When I hooked up with that guy, it was like way in the pandemic, like kind of early on, like during the weird times where people were like microwaving their mail. And like, you know, where you buy groceries and you like leave it outside of your house like it had a radioactive half-life. And this was like a real careful guy. I know he's like washing his hands up and down the street. He probably washed his hands before he got in his car, probably wore a mask in his car by himself on the way to my house, probably sanitized his hands getting out of the car on the way to my house. And then when he got into my house, his face went right into my butt, which I feel like kind of an unexpected twist after all that hand washing. It's like a fucking O. Henry story. I hooked up with a guy recently. His thing, he wanted me to answer. All right, cool, I'll end on this one. He wanted me to answer the door in these fetish boots and make him call me mommy. Which, I'm not here to kink shame or anything. I was like I settled into the role pretty well, but I was like, we're gonna have to like meet in the middle, stepmom. Because the incest thing's a little much. But I got into it, man. I was just kind of like berating him and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Your dad's dick sucks. That's why your mom left. Don't be like your dad. Kid, if you fuck this up, I will never pick you up from soccer practice ever again. Just sitting in the rain. I was at the grocery store like the day before, and I literally almost bought some Lunchables, but I'm like, this is too much. I'm not that kind of stepmom. I'm gonna end on this one, guys. This is a short joke. One of my biggest fears is that I'm gonna die and I'm gonna get reincarnated as like a decorative fern. Or like a ficus tree, because I can't go back to office work. All right,